In this episode, I'll take a look at CAS. CAS is a rare species of guava that is very popular in Costa Rica. You will see this everywhere in Costa Rica, but you will not see it much outside of Costa Rica. I'm going to try the fruit, I'm going to try the juice, and I'm going to try a rare variety from Brazil. I ran out of nectarines. Fun fact about me, I have sensitive skin. So if I go to a pharmacy and just grab a cheap razor off the shelf, 9 times out of 10, it gets bloody. Well, my sponsor today, Harry's, passes my test. This is a fantastic razor with a nice weighted handle, 5 blades in the front, and an extra little precision trimmer in the back. I used this, and I did not bleed everywhere. Not only is Harry's good quality, but it's also surprisingly affordable, and it's convenient. You can get razors shipped to your door with free shipping. You could try out Harry's with their starter pack. You'll get the blade and handle, shave-in gel, and this little thing that you put on top of your blade so it doesn't ding them up when you're traveling. Very useful. And if you go to my link, harrys.com/weirdexplorer, you can get all of this for only $5. So this here is the CAS tree. And CAS is a very special variety of guava that grows in Costa Rica. I think it's only Costa Rica, and does it also grow in Guatemala?
In a few places in Central America, but it's not widespread.
No, but it's very popular here. If you go to a supermarket, these are like 70 cents a pound, like something like that. So it's quite cheap. And these things are also very powerful, and they're used to make a juice. The species on this is also different. It's a different species than typical guavas. I tried to learn this one. It's like
friedrichsthalianum.
Can you say it?
Psidium friedrichsthalianum.
That's it. Yellow on the outside. It also has like this large gap at the top there. And that is, you said you call that the crown? Mm-hmm. And what, does that serve like some sort of function?
No, they are only the sepals of the flower.
Okay, those little flaps coming out of the sepals of the flower that attaches from the other side. There we go. Yep. Nice. I'm eating CAS next to a CAS. These are good. Very tart. Regular guava usually has a pretty low tartness to it. This one's got like a 9 out of 10 on it. Very, very tart. Very, very sweet. Maybe like 7 out of 10, something like that. And it tastes like regular guava, but if you were to put like a sour mandarin flavor in there. Texture on this is nice and soft. So it is powerful, but it is pleasant to eat. Some guavas are kind of hard to eat. They're crunchy and full of seeds. This one's not too bad for that. But because it's so powerful and so sour, this is most commonly used to make a juice. So this here is a different type of CAS fruit known as the Brazilian CAS. You can see a couple of unripe fruits on the tree there. But earlier today, Marco here was able to find a couple of good ones. On the left here, this one, that is the regular CAS. And on the right here, that is the Brazilian CAS. So from the outside, they look very similar, but you can see a little bit of a different coloration to it. So let's see how they compare. We have the Brazilian CAS. So again, let's rip that open. So the Brazilian CAS, as you can see, has a little bit of a yellow color to it, or an orange color. This one's more white. very different. They don't taste alike at all. This is creamier and not quite as sour. More like a 8 out of 10. It's still pretty sour. And it tastes almost like an Annona fruit. Like a bit of like a sour sop sort of taste. Like a very tropical taste. They're kind of creamy. They've got a little touch of like a pineapple and banana flavor in there. And what do you think about it, Marco?
I tasted like some kind of Rollinia species, some kind of Annona mixture. Not like the regular CAS. And when you make it in juice, it's a little bit less refreshing. Is the difference from the regular CAS. That's why people like the other one, but this one is perfectly good to make for juices and everything.
Yeah, it still has that strong flavor to it. It's still very powerful. And with a regular guava, you'd have to use a lot of guava to make juice. This one, like just one of them, will give you like a very strong taste.
So I'm curious, what is the difference between this and this? We've got a CAS and we've got a regular green guava. So let's cut this open. Yep, just a white guava. Yeah. So obviously this one is much riper than this one, but when I got them, they were equally hard, and I think that is maybe saying something. This one does not ripen the same sort of way that this one does. This ripened very quickly, this one still hard. You can squeeze that and get some pulp out. This one, pretty firm. When I cut this one open, there was no smell to it. When I cut this one open, I was just like hit with this little blast of guava and lemons. So first, the green guava. They have like a little bit of tartness to them, but not a lot. It's like a 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, something like that. And those hard seeds in there are kind of hard to dodge. I think that's going to be the case with the CAS also. The flavor of it's mild. You know, it's got the guava taste to it, but it's much lower. It's got a little bit of that green taste, like a grassiness to it, and maybe a bit of like a green apple sort of flavor. The CAS though, ooh, they're sour, but the flavor is nicer. I think it's a little too ripe. Oh, there's a worm. Okay, great. Too ripe. Not ripe enough, but still, this one's better. So, I got Fresco de CAS. Let's give it a shot. So this is just the CAS blended with ice and water and some sugar, and that is it. The woman that did this blended it all up, put it in this glass, and she didn't strain it. So I could actually see the little seeds kind of cut up in there. I don't know if that's normal. I thought you strained it, but you know, this is how she gave it to me. This is how I'm gonna try it. Okay, just gotta have to like swallow it and not chew because those seeds are hard. But the flavor of this is really good. It tastes like, I mean, like if you took guava juice and lemonade and mixed them together. It's kind of like that. Nice and citrusy. She put probably like a half cup of sugar in this and like 2 CAS fruit to make this, and that's about right. You know, it's a good balance of sweetness and tartness, but it's a lot of sugar to balance out that that CAS because it is so strong. I'd say I actually like this better than straight up guava juice, just because there's a little bit more of a punch to it. By the way, the seeds in there do contribute to the flavor. It gives it like a little bit of a resiny taste. And honestly, it's not that bad, just because of the sugar and tartness and everything. It's like you put a little dash of black pepper in it, kind of like that. So, you kind of have to be careful not to like, chew down, but otherwise, real nice. Alright, it's getting real windy, so don't know if you can hear me at all, but I'll see you next time. Bye. Once again, I would like to thank Harry's for sponsoring this video. Again, you can go to harrys.com/weirdexplorer and get your starter kit for only $5. Such a good deal. I would like to give a big shout out to Smarter Every Day, Loftyrex, and JMac. They are mega patrons over on patreon.com. Patreon, I'm sure you've heard about it, but basically it is how I can afford to go on all the adventures that I go on this channel and how I buy all the fruit that I buy. So if you are interested in supporting the channel, check out the link in the description below. Another way to help out is by going to my website. My website has all my videos organized into categories, which is pretty cool, and I also have t-shirts for sale over there. So check it out, and I will see you all next time.